Hello students, welcome to video lecture on web technology and its applications. This is the course overview and these are the course outcomes. In this video, we will look into introduction to server-side program development using PHP. So before moving to the basic syntax of PHP, we will go through what is server-side development. We all know about the basic hosting of our web-based or files achieved through a web server. So server-side development is not only a web hosting, it involves the use of programming technologies like PHP or ASP.NET to create the scripts that are dynamically generating the content. So we will see the difference between client side and server side programming now. So this illustrates the comparison of client and server side scripts. So this diagram has two parts, as you can observe, A and B. The part A is showing client script execution. So whatever we have seen in the JavaScript so far is a client side scripting. So what is client, how it is different from server side scripting execution, that we'll see here. So you can just observe the numberings made here. This is the client's machine through which the client is sending a request for a JavaScript source file. It is sent from the server to the browser of client itself. You can just make an observe, and it is requesting a JavaScript file. Script itself is sent to the client's browser, and that gets executed on the browser of client's machine and displayed on its browser as output here. Whereas in server script execution, you can just observe the same request is sent. For example, server side scripting languages like a PHP is requested. Web server is executing the code of requested resource in web server itself. It is not sending the script, rather it is getting executed in the web server itself. Output is sent to the client's browser window. So that is the major difference in server script execution and client script execution. That is, I mean to say, client script is getting executed at the client's machine, whereas server side script is getting executed at the web server itself. In case of client script execution, script itself is sent to the browser, whereas in server script execution, the output of the executed server side file is sent to the client's browser. So that is the major difference here. So client side scripting is reducing the burden of the server. So but some of the tasks have to be performed by the server itself. For that we must use certain programming languages like PHP, ASP.NET, C#, Java, J2EE, etc. So what are all the resources of server side script, that we'll see. What are all the tools required in order to do a development of a server side script, that we'll see here. For example, if you are looking for development of a PHP code, so you require what are the inputs needed. So that may take the help of a database. It requires a web server and a web service. Like in our lab program we have installed a XAMPP server which has got web services like Apache, then MySQL. These are all the web services provided. So sometimes we require access to the files, physical files on the server as well. So we have certain examples on PHP which makes use of files on a server as well. It may access to the email server, it may also access to the other softwares also. So this is not alone, so it requires a bundle of resources which are shown here. So what is the web development technology in server side programming, particularly PHP, and an example of ASP is shown here. ASP is also an alternative server side programming language. So we'll see how it works. On left hand side you are able to see the ASP part, and on right hand side you're able to see how the PHP works. So let us go for PHP part first. So when client is requesting for any file of PHP, this is the way it is sent. Get, you are requesting for a file, this is the HTTP method. The name of the file is vacation.php. The request is sent to the server. So this program has to be executed. This is the PHP file. So it executes the file and converts it into HTML so that it can be displayed on the client's browser. So it may also include sometime JavaScript and CSS possibly, so that it is able to be displayed on the browser's client's browser. So this you can observe, this got converted into pure HTML and that is displayed here. So on the right hand side you have a request for a ASP file. Same thing, it is sent, script is sent for the execution to the server. Again it is converted into a program output in the form of a HTML or a client acceptable form, including possibly JavaScript and CSS. So both are producing the same output in order to display it on the browser. So let us compare the different server-side technologies here. So one of them is ASP, Active Server Pages. So like PHP, we also have a ASP which can be embedded with the HTML using the VB script. ASP programming code is interpreted at runtime. So you know the difference between interpreter and compiler. So it is slow in comparison to other technologies. For this reason it is not compiling, rather it is interpreting. ASP.NET is another option which works on the .NET framework, and it can use any .NET programming languages like C#. It uses an explicitly object-oriented approach that you might be aware of. It is also using special markups called web server controls that includes the common web functionalities like database driven list, form validation, user registration, etc. ASP.NET has an advantage because it is compiled into intermediary file that is analogous to our Java's bytecode which is generated through JVM, and then it uses a just-in-time compiler to compile the MSIL into machine executable code. So its performance is excellent compared to the normal ASP. However, it has one limitation, that it is limited to Windows servers only, not to other platforms. So we have alternatives like JSP, Java Server Pages. It is also a programming language having most of the features of ASP.NET, and it is used in large enterprises for the web system development, and it comes integrated with the J2EE, and it makes use of a Java runtime engine, JIT compiler for faster execution, and is one advantage of this compared to ASP.NET is cross-platform, that is platform independency, that what we get with the Java is also a feature that we see with the JSP. So JSP's usage in the web is a small, it has a substantial market share in the intranet environment with a very large and busy sites. So recently we have got a new technology, that is Node.js. It's more recent environment. It makes use of a JavaScript on the server side. What we have studied so far is client side module of the JavaScript, but we have a new module, that is Node.js, which is allowing developers already familiar with the JavaScript to make use of a single language for both client and server side development, and it has a one broader usage, that is it has a big advantages, that is like other development technologies, its requirements are less. It does not require the need of Apache, IIS or any other web server softwares. So it's a recent technology we have. Apart from this, we have a Perl. So this was the one of the older language which was more popular before the development of ASP, PHP and JSP. It can also be used as a general purpose programming language. The main concept of this is